So it's 5:30. I'm going to call the public hearing to order of the June Historic District Commission's special meeting. All right. Go through our welcoming remarks. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the special June meeting of the Historic District Commission. I'm Tim Down. I'm the chairman. Please note this meeting is being recorded. If you're not speaking, please have yourself on mute to prevent background noises. It's broken up into two sections, the public hearing and the regular meeting. In the public hearing, it's the opportunity for the applicants to present their application and for the commission members to ask any questions. Once the public hearing closes, the regular meeting will begin, and the regular meetings where the commission discusses and votes on those applications. Applicants can stay and listen to the regular meeting, in this case a special meeting, but applicants are not permitted to speak or provide any more information regarding their application at this time. So please make sure that you add all the details that you need during that public hearing section of the meeting. It's not required that the applicants stay at the meeting. You will be notified. All applicants will receive a written notification regarding the commission's decision the next business day. So we just had another applicant show up, Marlon. Yeah, I see you here. And can you just give me a voice check on the microphone?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Everything's good here. So you just missed the prelim here, but basically we're going to start the meeting, and this is a public hearing part, and we have three COA applications in front of us. I do not see a representative for the first one, and since we have I don't know if anyone has any pressing needs, we can take these in any order. So I'm going to put COA 553 to the back right now and see if Scott connects in, which means we will then move to COA 554. This is 181 Broad. And Marlon, I think you're here to represent this COA. So again, as I noted, I'm going to give you the floor to present your application to the committee members, all the proposed modifications you're going to make. And if you're not on, I guess if you're not speaking, please go on mute. But at any rate, Marlon, I'm going to give you the floor. COA 554, this is 181 Broadway. This is for alteration replacement of soffits and fascia board.
Yes. So we have on the house I think 8 rotted pieces on the soffit. So I made copies of them all. So I'm going to replace it with the exact same look. I'm not changing anything. I'm just replacing rotted pieces.
Okay. And we see about 3 or 4 pictures here. The dental work, the little jut outs that above on the soffit,
right?
They need replacing, and then the fascia board. Obviously, we can see that.
Yes.
Materials being used.
Pine wood and some pressure treated stuff.
So it will be pressure treated, okay?
Yes.
All right.
And they'll all be painted white. They're already primed white. The owner has a painter to finish painting everything white as soon as they're replaced and refitted.
Is it? No, I'm seeing a couple different sections. The first 2 pictures look like they're more. These are the ones that are underneath the direct TVs, the satellite dishes.
Yes, I think so.
Those are to the left of the.
Yes, left facing the building.
Right, and then there's a last picture of. I think that's on the other side of the portico that's up on top. The little deck that's up on top, it's over to the right-hand side. Is that where that section is?
Yeah, but I just took an overall picture of the front.
Mm-hmm.
But we're only, like I said, replacing those rotted soffit pieces and the that that square looking piece.
Right, right. So you're not replacing all of it. You're just repairing the
Yes,
sections that are in
they're
disrepair.
rotted. Yes.
Okay. All right. Other members, questions?
No questions for me, Tim. It looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
None here.
okay. And Nancy, I'm not sure if you're reaching for a microphone.
Yeah, none here.
Okay. And all
No
right.
concerns.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Marlon here. We'll, like I said in the previous announcement, you can stay on for the meeting and listen. We will take action on this COA in the regular portion of the meeting. Otherwise, you will be notified tomorrow of our decision. Okay, so.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So next we will go to COA 555. This is 161 Broadway. We have a representative here, Michael Rubino. Again, this is for alteration replacement for windows at 161. So Michael, I'll give you the floor.
Yes, hi. I have around eight windows in the back of the house on a screen porch that was most likely an addition in 1920s or 40s that need to be replaced. They're just, I think they were put in the 50s, those windows, or 60s. They have the metal tracks with the wood. They're not original. And I have to take those out, and I was going to put a vinyl window that matches it with wood trim on the inside, and the window comes with the same molding it had already, a brick mold, but in vinyl, and that's going to be installed.
Can you explain that? A brick mold?
A brick mold is a 2-inch piece of molding that it's more of a colonial style, and it most likely came out in the 40s and 50s, and they still use it today. When you order a door, it comes with basic brick mold on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to just put the same thing that it originally had back on.
Yeah. So again, this would visually look the same as what was there.
Yeah.
These windows and this porch is in the back of the house from your
Yeah. Yep.
picture here, so not visible from a public way.
No.
Other members, questions? And check me if I'm wrong, Mike, did I ask for if you had any other details of the panes, you know, the grid pane, is it 2/2 or
It's just there's no grills. They had no grills in those windows. The main house has 2/2 and mixed with like looks like 12/12, some of them. But these are, like I said, they were put in the 50s, and there's no grills in them at all. And I was going to replace them just the way they were.
yeah, it's double hung.
Yep, double hung.
Okay. All right. Questions from the commission?
I don't.
None for me, Tim. I mean, it's kind of back of the house. You can't see it, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, none from me, Tim.
Greg Barlow?
No concern.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Michael. And like I said, it's not gonna go against you or anything. If you don't, we don't hold it against you if you have to go somewhere, and but otherwise we will notify you tomorrow of our actions in the next part of the meeting here. So you're welcome to stay on.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. And then we'll circle back to COA 553. This is 26 Scotland Road, Scott Learned. And I'm just double checking. I think that was Michael signing off. Scott Learned, 26 Scotland Road. This is a siding replacement and alteration. He had, I think more, he had a couple pictures, right, of that, but yeah. And so since he is not here to represent his, I'm just going to go over the description of the proposed work. This is east and south faces to be restained. He and the trim is painted, and he was using identical materials and colors. Not that we have jurisdiction over the colors. And then the southeast gable shingles were damaged, and he's replacing those shingles with identical western red cedar and restained, or those are going to be stained again to the semi-transparent redwood stain. So again, all repairs will be identical to the original. And again, I'll just note Scott was a previous chairman of this board. Oh, hello, Regan. You got Regan down now? All right. And so I'm not sure if anyone knows his house or whatever, but he always does things in very good standing here, and house looks very nice, even with the repairs needed. So and so can't say any more other than what he presented with his pictures and that. So with that, I'm gonna close the public hearing. I have 5:43, and I will open the regular meeting. And so since we still have ability to take these at any order that we want, we will take COA 5 this is 181 Broadway. This is for the soffit and fascia repair. And I'll entertain a motion on COA 554.
I move that we accept the COA as written.
Motion by Greg J. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Second by Nancy. All right, I'll open it up for discussion.
Seems pretty straightforward, just some simple repairs.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly. So,
I don't have nothing to add.
all
right.
right. All right, hearing no other discussion, I'll put this out for a vote. Regan, last in, first to vote.
Aye.
Dane,
Yes.
Greg J,
Aye.
Greg Farlow,
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
and I say aye. This passes. Marlon, congratulations. As noted, you will get a notification tomorrow in email, and I will, that gets sent on to the city clerk and the building department. So if you have to get any permits, the appropriate permits, they'll have that information tomorrow.
All right, thank you. I truly appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good evening.
Yep.
Thank you.
Next, we will go to COA 555. This is 161 Broadway, Michael Rubino. This is the windows back of the house replacement. I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve as presented.
Motion by Nancy, a second.
I'll second it.
A second by Dane. I'll open this up for discussion.
I guess I would only wanted to see a picture of the windows. I mean, I can visualize what's in my head, but it's also not visible from the public right of way. So
Right.
not much we can do about that either. So
And I knew that was gonna come up after I saw this. due diligence, I sent out an email to him asking him for a little bit more information to amend the COA with that information. The only caveat I had for not receiving this and letting it go here was the new windows would be the same style and trim, and again, in the back of the house. So I maybe I wasn't as diligent in saying, please get this in, but I had asked him for the grill pattern and the other stuff there. So, but
Yeah, it's
maybe-
fine. I was just saying.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see, but again, it's not visible from the public right of way.
Yeah, some of these things they sneak in. Eventually I'll get this down where they don't sneak in on you guys. Any other discussions?
No.
All right. Hearing none, I will go for a vote. Regan,
Why do you need a vote?
Aye.
we're voting on the,
No, why? I mean, it's just a replacement and it isn't visible from the road. For
uh,
public view, why would it even come before us?
I'm gonna keep it on there just because it was in here and it was presented. This was
Okay.
one of them where I didn't get it, the ability to go in and say, we don't need a COA. We did that we had one last month. And so I just figure administratively, we can add this in, whether it comes in here or this other process that we discussed last month.
Okay.
It's gonna go through here. Well,
Okay,
I had a feeling here, so I didn't want to press it. So at any rate, administratively, we're gonna do a vote. So I'm sorry, I think I started with Regan and she may have said something.
Aye.
Dane,
I
Greg J,
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Greg Farlow. You're on mute. Give a thumbs up or thumbs down. That's a bandaged thumbs up. All right. And I'll say aye. So COA 555 passes. And I will send out that paperwork to building department and clerk. That gets us to COA 553. This is 26 Scotland Road. It's the shingles replacement and staining of those. And so I will entertain a motion on COA 553.
move to
I
accept.
move.
it.
I heard Dane first, so motion by Dane, a second by
I'll second it.
Nancy. Open this up for discussion.
Again, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, if we can't trust Scott, we can't trust anybody. So
exactly.
That's right.
So yeah, that's certainly what we want here. And it had the details that we needed. Red cedar shingles, he identifies that, and we didn't really have much to say about the color, but all good. So in this one, it would be as presented, not as, or as written, not presented. Okay. So hearing no other discussion, Regan,
Aye.
Dane,
I
Greg J,
Aye.
Nancy O'Neill,
Aye.
Greg Barlow,
aye,
Tim Dowen, aye. This passes. I will get the notification off to them. All right. That brings us to approval of the meeting minutes. Hopefully everyone got those minutes,
Mhm.
and this was for our special meeting back on May 28th. Again, that meeting, Greg, I think you had questioned why we needed to do that, and I was just trying to be responsive on that one. So we had that meeting. Oh, it looks like we had a full complement anyway. So I'll entertain a motion on approval of the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
Motion by Nancy, second
second,
by Greg Farlow. Anyone have any changes to the meeting? The minutes? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye.
Aye.
Aye. And Greg J, did I get an eye out of you?
Yes, I said aye.
All right, I say aye, that covers it all. I think I was trying to do that too quickly, and I do that just for the adjournment of everyone speak up, so, all right. If you can, please, get rid of the draft and pass that on, that'd be appreciated. And so. That gets us down to the chairman's report. I'm usually, not all that prepared here, but I will again apologize for this late notice of and having to do the special meeting. Thank you all for accommodating my schedule. I'm out of pocket come Wednesday, so I couldn't do it then, and I wanted to get this in, and Catherine had some other details also, so getting this in is great. Thank you. Unfortunately, we did put the legal notice in, and this was like a last minute. This Juneteenth holiday wasn't on the schedule originally, and it was, I think, Joanne Philbrook that may have noted it, and we would have shown up here, or at least I would have been locked out. So at any rate, glad that we were able to come here and get this out of the way, even though we lost $108 of this. We don't have to put in again a legal notice for our special meetings. We just have to get it up on the website. So no cost for us to do that. I did receive an email, I want to say in the last day or so, America 250. They're coming to town. This is for the celebrations for the Norwich celebrations for the 250th anniversary of America. We were invited. At least the commission got an invite, and they extended that to anyone that would like to go. This is on July 24th. There are two different get-togethers. One of them at 10 a.m. over by the Green and the burial ground and Leffingwell cemetery plot burial, and the other one is at 1:30 at Uncas Leap. So anyone that's interested in attending that, either, I don't know, does everyone have the ability to get on to the email, or is that restricted?
You're talking about the HTC email?
The HCC email, yeah.
That's probably just you.
All right. If anyone's interested, fire something off to me, and I'll make sure you get a copy of that email. So,
What is that?
May I
it's
may I ask a question?
sure.
Who is this group? Who's
America,
coming to visit?
yeah,
What's-
America
what is-
250. That's all I know. I don't have the email in front of me. It was sent off to Nystrom and the whole crew of things. Rachel Gonzalez. So it's the America 250 / Connecticut Commission, and they're visiting several sites in Norwich to discuss the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So that's as much as I know of this. It's a commission established by the governor, though, in 2022. Don't know,
Yeah.
Regan, if you've had any previous inputs, or Dane or anyone with this?
Yeah.
Or
So yeah, Connecticut Humanities is coordinating the visit. They I've been in touch with Rachel, and so I'm aware of it. I'm planning to be a part of it that day. But there's be dignitaries at the local and state level. The governor's office has been invited. They're gonna tour a couple of different sites, including the burying ground and Uncas Leap.
Mhm.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And so they want to see Norwich sites and understand what Norwich's plan for America 250 is going to be.
But when are they touring that?
They're
This-
they're going to be touring throughout the burying ground, the colonial burying ground, and Uncas Leap,
And when are they doing that?
This is July 24th.
July 24th.
And the first one, the burial ground and the Green, is at 10 a.m. for about an hour, and the Uncas Leap is at 1:30.
Well, I hope the city mows the grass before they come through.
At
They've
the,
they've been pretty poor about mowing the cemetery and the green this year.
Yeah, we'll make sure that it's at a respectable level, especially before then.
yeah. Usually Lisa's got my ear when we go through Bacchus Hospital, Route 2 there. Yeah, I think it was, you couldn't even see the panhandlers. It was so tall. So,
Well, that's a state problem. That state DOT is supposed to be on that.
yeah. So, all right. So they are looking to see if you're interested to give them notice here. Let me know if you're able, and I think maybe they want to see how much interest from everyone's going to be coming here. So, like I said, since I do have access and Catherine has access to the this, I'll just forward it on to you guys in our usual distribution to the. So, expect that forward from us. This is Rachel Gonzalez, I think, something like that. All right. Going back to what we were discussing here, COA 555 or whichever one it was that might not have been needed. Last meeting, we discussed authorization in a case we wanted to be able to administratively pass some of these projects through the building department for things that would not necessarily come underneath a COA. If they don't, even if the building department is stymieing them because they see the address in a historic district and they want some sort of notification. I did talk with Dan Coley and got that all squared away. He did note, and this is before I really gotten into it, that the reason that they were stopping any of this was there was a special I don't know what it would be. He had a regulation that they had to follow. All the building departments had to follow for historic districts, and he was trying to follow their protocol and their process. That said, I was able to talk to him and say, we had given authorization if these things are not within line of sight, don't seem to require a COA, in our opinion, that we would be able to send an email and get this passed and through enough that they would be able to issue any permits. And he agreed to that, regardless of this other process that they were doing. So he was able to accept our email for, I want to say it was 193 Broadway. That was the one that we had agreed last month was not visible for the pool deck area. So we're all good there. One of the things, though, he did mention was, would we consider using the permit system that they have as a distributed COA application kind of document management, let the document and the COA go through the processes and the states of that. I mentioned to him that we had just changed our COA, spent considerable time and effort on that to get get those fields fillable, but it still has its drawbacks. They come in adding pictures to them, a little bit difficult. Me processing them at the end and sending them on. This might be a nice way of us to be able to get the system all online. Don't know if that'll help. Catherine would have restricted access, and it's kind of separate from the building department stuff, so we wouldn't be screwing up their system. And so I told him I was interested and I'd like to come down, and he offered to show me the system online. So I'm going to try to set that up in the next month or so and see if we can see what it's providing us.
Yeah,
Again,
sounds interesting. I mean, electronic online stuff, I mean, sounds good. I mean, I guess the questions would be like, how do the people submit, and then how do we see the stuff?
exactly. I think this is, again, they obviously have a front end because I think the people come in and make their request for a permit through this system, and then they restrict it to, say approved or not approved or whatever they work on. So I'll at least take a look at it and see if it's viable. Gives us also, I think we had talked about, hey, if we wanted to do any of these reviews, first off to pull up anything when we get the inquiries of, hey, how did this, what's the status of this, and wait, how many window type applications did we get? We might be able to pull some data off there from that. So kind of nice. So I'll look into it and I'll report back next meeting. Next one, 16 Huntington Place. Greg J, you had mentioned the duck building that they seem to be building out in the back. I don't have a copy. I'm recalling that they had put the original little duck shed, whatever it was, in the back. Regan, you may remember that. It was back, I think, before I kind of taken over. It was put out there, and I don't think they realized they needed a permit for that. Well, now I drove by, Greg had noticed it, and I drove by today, and looks like they're building an addition to the condo or something. There's the original one, but now they're putting another shed back facing that pond in the back. So I don't recall anything in their most recent COA. And if you'll recall, they had a COA to fix their garage doors and I think a little siding. And we okayed the garage doors because you can obviously see those. And then the outbuilding, there's another barn in the back, and I don't think we approved the door on that one, but I don't recall anything about the duck or chicken coop in the back. So
I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of that application.
yeah.
I
So
just, I asked to ask the question because it's possible that an application come at a different meeting that I missed.
no, I'm not aware of that. So I will try to get in touch with them. It's no longer Dr. whoever that was. I can't remember. But I'll get in touch with them and see if we can either get them to follow the procedure here or whatever. Like I said, I think the original one was there, and if I'm recalling, they may have done something after the fact to send in an application for that. This looks like they've got a little chute to allow them to get over to the new. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, and then the new one looks like it's about halfway built. So I'll get on that tomorrow, and at least if they
It looked pretty good size. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't have to file a building permit for it.
well, that's another thing is, yeah, I'm not sure what they would need for permits on that. So again, I didn't get anything from the city. And so I was assuming if they're in the district that they would flag that also and wait for at least an email from us or a COA. So I'll find out from the city what is needed for it. It is definitely bigger than the previous little shed. So
Tim, they never did a COA for the first one, even though we asked multiple times for a COA, they never provided one.
okay, but was that the previous owner though? Was that
No,
Dr.?
it's the current owner put up
Okay.
the duck house without a COA, even though they were requested multiple times to submit a COA and they never did.
Okay. All right. Well, again, if they need a permit and they haven't got a permit, that's our one way of at least stopping this until they get something in place. So looks like all wood. It's not a prefab. It's a wooden construction, but still like them to follow the process. All right, so I'll be on that. I don't have any old business. Or the only new business I have, or maybe considered old, I think the city budget was supposed to be approved. It was, I think, the last couple weeks, but I still haven't heard anything. So I haven't heard anything about our budget, assuming we're still on track for what we're doing, falling within that, so. And hearing no other old business. Anyone else have any new business? And I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, Greg is doing a
I would,
whiteboard.
I don't know how I did that. I think my finger hit something on the screen. I don't even know how to get rid of that.
Is it you or is it Greg Farlow? Who's got this,
Oh, maybe it was Greg Farlow. I don't know. I think it's popped up here.
yeah. It says Greg for you, but we all know you as Gary. And
Yeah. Oh, it says it's G Far's whiteboard. So
yeah. He's muted and he looks, I'm not sure if he's
You
cussing.
can't get rid of it.
Here, let
I
me,
was right on it.
I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna close it.
Oh, I was just writing a note on it.
Oh,
Trying
sorry.
to learn the program.
All right. I apologize. Here comes a whiteboard. Can everyone see that? No, hold on. June 24th, collaborating. I'm gonna open a board.
Oh, look, he can write hi.
I see someone saying hi.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we all learn something new each meeting here. I'm so glad we did this. All right. We're gonna keep that open. No cussing on that. And that leaves us next meeting. And we've got two issues. One of the issues is I'm gonna be away. I'm gonna be out of town on July 17th. And so if we were to have this meeting, Catherine here, doesn't feel comfortable and I don't feel comfortable having a Zoom meeting here and she's the only one here. So we would have to have another representative down here, someone to say they could make it.
I cannot be there on the 17th either, Tim.
Okay, so
I'm out of town that week as well, Tim.
all right, we got 3 out. So that leaves Dane and Regan and Greg and Jake would be the only possibles to make sure we had a quorum. So should we look to see if we could do a special meeting again? Anyone have any issues with trying a special meeting? I would look. Next one is July 17th. I'd probably be looking at the week following, since we've been, this is kind of bumped up a little bit later than our normal. Does anyone have any heartburn with doing another special meeting?
No.
Can we wait to see if we have any applications?
Well, yeah, we'll definitely, if we have nothing, we won't do that. We have to cancel our regular meeting. I have to put in a notice a week before. So we're really talking about the 10th, that we would have to know whether we're doing anything or not. So I'll say then, if no COAs are in, 'tis the season though, for COAs to be here. So I'm not gonna, I'm not really expecting that, but if we don't have anything by close of business on the 10th, then obviously no meeting, that we cancel that meeting and there's no special meeting that needs to be happening, and no one needs to know that we're not all available or half of us aren't available. But if we do have something come in and 1, 2, 3, at least 3 of us or 4 of us are not available, then we will try to move it to the next Wednesday, July 24th. Are you available? Yeah. So if it's to be, it'll be July 24th, but let's wait until the 10th at least and find out if we have anything to discuss. Sound
Okay.
good?
Yes.
All right. That's the plan. And if we're gonna do a special meeting, I don't have to say anything about canceling a meeting in the legal notice. We just would go in and say, special meeting, it'll be on the 24th. And as
You'd
long
have to submit a meeting cancellation and a special meeting
okay.
notice. Yeah.
All right. All right. And that all kind of leads up to another discussion here, which is I'm going to miss this meeting. I've missed meetings earlier, and I've mentioned it to a couple members. My commission ends in December, and I don't think it's really good for the chairman to be missing all the meetings. I plan on missing meetings as a snowbird next spring also. I always miss the meeting in May when I'm in Aruba, and this time I'm going to be out in California. I'm going to be in Montana at the end of this year. So I feel like I'm the absentee chairman. So whether I stay on or not is a question, but I just want to point this out that I likely am not, should not be the chair. And so looking or putting that out there for people that are considering they may want to take over that role and discuss with me. But I enjoyed all the time here, but I'm thinking that it might be the time of the end of my time here. So just want you to consider that. So, all right. What a nice way to end this. So last Nichols, thoughts?
No.
I say we do a motion to keep Tim on indefinitely.
I would
Second.
stay on. I would stay on, but I don't think it's right for me to be commissioner. That's not what I'm saying. I guess. But it's really, like I said, I plan to enjoy my retirement, and I plan on being in Florida and Alabama and whatever in February, March. May is
And
not a
for
good time.
reason.
We're gonna have to either move the meetings to a different time or no, I'm not even gonna say that. Someone think about this. Sleep on it. And hearing no other last Nichols.
Hey, Tim,
I-
kind of related to that, I just pulled up the website, and mine is still showing me as having my term ended in 2022.
Well,
I had reapplied, and they were supposed to re-up me, but they never did
never-
anything.
did you ever get, now they usually go through on a city council and they do that. And you didn't get a letter or anything? You definitely know the website may be off, but
I never received anything either. I mean, I remember they were going to schedule another interview. We had an interview scheduled, and then they blew me off. And so then
I'm not even sure I have ever had an interview, to be honest.
I don't like you.
Yeah. So they never did anything. I haven't received any letter or anything.
Well, did you use the hacksaw to get rid of that chain and the ball that's on your ankle? All right. Well, all right. I don't know about that. I can double check if but you're certainly happy and you're not going snowbirding or anything like that. You'll be around, Greg.
I will be around, yes.
Yes. So
I'm around.
But I'm
all
not
right.
official, so
Yeah. We'll make sure. That's just a administrative slip, I'm sure. All right. I babbled on enough, but we are getting out of here at 6:15. I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
That's a motion by Dane, second. Second by second by Greg Farlow. And here's where all in favor say aye.
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 The ayes have it.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:15. Thank you, guys.